All right. I'm gonna start off with a one-liner. You guys know about Temu? Y'all fuck with Temu? Do y'all fuck with Temu? All right. Y'all say no the third time? They're like, yes, okay, buddy, get on with it. No, I bought a world map off Temu recently, and Taiwan was not on there. I think I got China's vision board. It's like they were in a room somewhere like, manifest the destiny. That's crazy, man. I don't know. I did, it's been weird for me recently. I had to buy a plunger. Not an impulse buy. This is the first time I had to do that. It was a weird interaction because I walked into the store and I'm keeping my head down, you know, because nobody's proud of this. And I grab it, and then I went to the front, and it was just me, and two people formed a line around me, so I didn't turn around at all. I was just clutching that shit, like my life depended on it. And then I get up to the front, and I put the plunger down on the desk, and for some odd reason, the lady looks at the plunger, and she goes, huh, I've been working here for like 3 months. First time somebody's bought only a plunger. Yeah, say it louder in the fucking intercom, lady. And like she said it out loud, and I was like, all right, yeah, that's cool. And then I paid. I tried to rush out, but I put it down with so much force that it suctioned onto the thing. So it was like, so I was like, yeah, you have a nice day. I felt like I was pulling Excalibur out of the rock. Do you understand? I don't know. I had to play it off. Felt like I pulled a sword out. I was like, hear ye. Time to vanquish the actual beast in my guest room toilet. What say ye, knave? And the knave is like, would you like your receipt? And I'm like, I don't see myself returning this item anytime soon, if I'd like to be honest. I don't know, man. Weird shit has been happening. Like, my Domino's Pizza Rewards account just got hacked. And I didn't even know that was a thing they could do. I thought hackers were focusing on, like, top-tier shit, you know? Like, don't use your powers of hacking for pizza rewards. That's like if Elon was like working at a Jiffy Lube. He was just passing cars for inspection like, all clear? Nobody take a picture during that act out. Say that down the barrel of the camera. He's West African. I mean, he's South African. I'm West. I fucked that up. But no, this fucker stole 2 of my free cheesy bread coupons. I'm serious, man. I need to find this man. And I know this is a very first world problem. Cheesy bread coupons. I know people have harder lives, all right? I know that because every time I try to watch a YouTube video, a woman appears on the screen and her face is covered in dirt. And she says, please donate. They're killing us. Our city's in shambles. We just need... And she says something else. I don't know because I click skip ad. But that is how I know people have hard lives. And I'd like to donate, but all my money's going to the cheesy bread now, big dog. They stole my fucking coupons. I don't know. This is a long walk to a small house, but thank you for following me. I just say all that to say, whoever stole my cheesy bread, I will find you. I'll find a Gmail account, an IP address. I'll find a fucking Club Penguins membership, big dog. If I catch you outside of Puffle Park, it's on sight, bitch, all right? I'm gonna bitch slap you with these flippers. I don't know, dude. It's interesting. I live in Charlotte now. That's pretty sick. So I'm from Africa originally. I was born there. Thanks. All right. Slow clap. Where's your daishiki? All right. Fake. All right. Where are you from? Okay, you're an artificial black. Slow clap for that from the white lady? All right, where are you from? Let's keep this chain going. That's great. Well, no, I'm originally from Togo, West Africa. I was born there, but I moved here when I was 2. That's why you don't hear an accent, but y'all saw the forehead when I got up here, all right? Oh, man. But I don't know, dude. Africans are interesting people. Little known fact about Africans, they speak French. We speak French. And that's because back in the 17th century, the French were nice enough to come on over and be like, oh, we teach you French. And we're like, French, yippee! How do you say fuck? It was the worst BOGO deal in history, but we got it all the same. Okay, little side tangent on, I guess, colonization. I can't relate with the artificial blacks. Artificial, that's fucked up. Same fight, different whites, okay? We have the French, you guys have a white lady clapping in the corner. But the craziest thing about slavery to me, though, is after they got freed, these guys still had to get jobs. Isn't that crazy? Like, they were sitting in an interview and they were like, I'm 27 years old, 26 years of experience. Here's my resume, all right. Don't groan on me, motherfuckers. I can say it, right? Okay. That was very half-hearted, sir. He's like, hey, all right. We'll move on. We'll go back to the French shit. But no, I did try to learn French. I told my cousin Dylan, and he got like super mad at me. Like, I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to learn the language. And then he was like, what the fuck you learning French for? That's the language of the colonizers. And I was like, dude, you told me that in English. Your name is Dylan. He was like, it's Dylan. He's like, no, don't code switch on me, motherfucker. It's fucking, he had Sperry's on. I don't know if you guys can't check me for that shit with Sperry's on. I don't know, man. Anyway, any Catholics in here? No? Identify yourselves. I don't know. I was raised Catholic, if you couldn't tell from the everything about me. It sucked. It did. I have qualms with Catholics. It's not the first thing you're thinking of. Scroll down. There's a drop-down bar. The Pope. This fucking guy. He had bodyguards. That's not fair, right? It's like, shouldn't he just have faith? It's like, you can't up all of your defense mods and have plot armor at the... Like, you can't be like, yeah, the Lord is my shepherd, but this Glock is my witness. It's like, dude, choose a side. What, are you gonna bust the holy cap in my ass? I don't know, it's just dumb to me. I got my sex talk out of Catholic school. I don't know. It was weird. Because when she taught us, she was like, my teacher kept... By the way, the religion teacher gave us a sex talk, which is weird. And it was like a lady in her early 20s who couldn't find a real job, and she was just teaching the Bible. Listen, lady, the priest does that. Anyways. But, like, she kept harping on the fact, sex is only between a man and a woman. It's only between a man and a woman. And we know that's not true, right? J.D. Vance. Couches. All right, that was stupid. But no, she did keep harping on this fact. And then in the frenzy, we were whispering. And one kid raises their hand and they go, can a man and a man do it? And she glitched. Like, she heard the question and she was like... It was like a Mitch McConnell moment. And then she just moved on. Like, she didn't answer the question. Which is, like, crazy, right? I was thinking about that for mad long. I was like, why would you just avoid that question? But then I kind of understand, you know? Because if you're teaching kids about sex, from a Catholic standpoint, you can make hetero sex sound boring enough so they don't do it, you know? You can be like, oh, why do people have sex? And then you'll be like, well, God wants us to multiply and create and conquer the earth. Ugh. And a kid will be like, oh, that sounds boring as fuck, you know? They're not going to do it. But if you're talking gay sex... Kid will be like, why do they do that? You can't say anything other than, they're just having fun, big dog. It's just fun. They are having a blast, blasted into each other. Like, this does nothing for humanity. Because the kid's gonna hear the word fun, and they'll be like, fun? Oh, I gotta get my friend Dan on the phone. No more free stack for us. Can't swing anymore. All right. I don't know. I guess while I'm on religion, I'm the only person that's been talking. While you guys mention this topic, my wife, her brother, married a lady that was Mormon. She used to be a Mormon. And she was telling me about their wacky religion. And she told me about this thing called sister wives. Do you guys know what sister wives are? Okay. Very, very confident yes in the back. Sister wives, I don't know, man. I can't get down with it. It's weird. Like, she left everything just to be this guy's number one. And not somebody else's number 9. Or number 10. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I heard it. She explained it to me. And then I was like, huh. I feel the same way about sister wives how Republicans feel about gay marriage. Yuck. Taking a hard stance. I don't know. That's like a hard concept for a kid to wrap their mind around, right? Like, how is a kid going to understand that? Unless the kid is Mormon. Then there's a 50-50 split. They may be one of the moms. I don't know, dude. I've seen a Mormon family picture. I don't like it. It's like one guy, 12 women. Nobody's smiling. There's no purpose. It's fine. They're all stanced up like this. They look like the U.S. National Olympic butter churning team. What is happening there? Like a 2-person relation, I can get behind that. That's a mom and pop shop. I can support it. It's a small business. But 12 wives, that's corporate expansion. It's like, what am I going to do with that? I don't know. You think a Muslim ever sees a Mormon family and thinks, wow, how did he get his virgins early? All right. We got through that. Man. Anybody got a watch in here? No. Okay. You say yes if you have one. Just stay silent. No! I haven't one. I got a watch. What is that, Apple Watch? All right, stop bragging. I got a Casio. He's like, don't touch me. I don't want to catch poverty. I'm dignified. I don't use it for time. The only reason I got a watch is to do this. It's so fun. It makes me look so busy. Like, the other day I was in a meeting with, it was my wife and I, and we were talking. Y'all know this is about to be some bullshit I'm about to say. I don't know. It is so fun just to leave rooms and be like, I'm busy. I gotta go. I don't know. It is fun. That's the only time in a straight man's life he can be that flamboyant with his wrist movements. That, and if he's at an Indian wedding, then I can do that shit. I don't know. Watches are fun, you know? But it's like, it's weird to me how they used to be, like, functional. But it's like, now they're just a thing to show off, you know? It's like, having a watch now is not functional. It's like how people show off with, like, sports cars. Or, like, if they, like, adopt foreign children, you know? It's just a flex. Everybody's like, oh, look, this one was made in China. Can you believe that? It's got a built-in calculator. The watch! The watch has a built-in calculator. The child from that joke is not from China. They are from Taiwan. The most not China place. Call back. I don't know. This is fun. You guys remember that game, Cops and Robbers? Yeah. Fuck yeah. That guy played. Fuck yeah. Were you always a cop? Always. Yeah, that's cop energy right there. Yeah! Where's your registration? No, it was a fun game. I just remember the memory of, like, we would play this game, and we kept running into this issue because, like, the robbers, so you're supposed to tag them, right? The cop tags the robbers to let them know that they're out. That's how they put them out. And but the robbers were always a bunch of lying ass bitches because they would get tagged and then they would just lie. They would just get tagged and they'd be like, "Oh, you didn't tag me, you grazed me, I can't deal with failure, I have a nut allergy." And then like they would just like fizzle off. And then we'd have no way to prove they were lying. So we were in fourth grade, so we'd be like, fuck it, let's just restart the whole game for this kid. And then halfway through the year, this kid came into our class, and his name was Eric. And Eric was like a sturdy kid for a fourth grader. He was like 5'9". I swear to God, he had facial hair. He had like the, I think he transferred from like a charter school or state prison. I don't know. But Eric comes into the school, and we would start playing cops and robbers. And he would always be cop, but he got pissed off after a while because kids would keep lying, right? And Eric's fixed to this. He stopped tagging. Eventually, Eric would just catch you. He'd grab you by like your pits, so he would tickle you, essentially, you know? And he'd pin you down. And that's how everybody know you got tagged, so you couldn't lie. You would just be running and playing the game, having fun, and then you would just hear, "No, please, stop! You got me!" It was like, not the gumdrops energy, you know? It was so great. And like, imagine being a robber and seeing that. You'd be like, yeah, fuck this game. I'm going to the swing set. And the game would just end right there. And I guess I say all that to say, I haven't kept up with Eric. I don't know what he does nowadays. I just really hope he's not a cop. Because could you imagine? Like, he doesn't even need a baton. He just hits you with the Gucci Gucci goose, you know? That's crazy. Especially as a black man, you know? Imagine like all the police brutality we've heard about in history, right? You're walking down the street, you see a group of cops, they're kind of eyeing you, then they break into a dead sprint, you start running, they pin you down, you think the worst thing's gonna happen, and they're like, "Rodney King, you're under arrest." I don't know. I just feel like I can't breathe with me a different thing. Too far? I took a risk. No, this is fun. Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys have been putting up with my bullshit this whole time. Oh man, this is fun. Is this discreet? No, okay. I'll end on this. The music distracted me. This is a weird story to end on, but I'll do it. I went to UF. Any Gators in the room? All right, this is the educated side, I guess. You guys, nothing. You're like radio style. No, I lived in this apartment building. I don't want to give them away. You guys know Hideaway? No? Okay, you guys had good funding. Okay. It was a shitty building, that's what it was. Like you would, if you hit the wall hard enough, dust would fall onto your head. That's how bad this building was. And I lived in it, and the girl above me, she was sweet. You could hear everything in the walls because the pipes were okay. Her name was Amy. She was a nice girl. She took loud shits. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because you could hear it in the pipe system. It was like boom, boom, like fucking t-shirt cannons. It's not good. And I realized this like week one of living in this room. And I do remember sitting on the bed and just hearing like, "Fung," and I was like, she's not vegan. She just can't be. That came down with too much force. It was a blue collar shit. It wanted its benefits. But it's like, I did try to get high because I was going to grad school here. And I was like mad stressed out, you know? Because we had like exams and shit. And it was a fast-tracked degree course I was doing. So I was like, okay, let me smoke a little weed. Let me try this out. What weed smokers don't tell you is it works for like 50% of people. Then the other 50%, they crash out. They just get nervous as fuck. And I am in that 50. Because I was sitting on my bed, I was high, and then I just hear the fucking pipes. And I go down a rabbit hole in my head instantaneously. It's just like, oh God, like I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what if this shit is so strong, right? What if it's so strong, it goes through the ceiling, goes through the pipes, through the drywall, lands on my bed. Nobody shits this bed except me, okay? I haven't done it. I'd like the benefit of the doubt. So like the crazy person I took my bed and I moved it to the other side of the room. I was in there shuffling on And then my girl came over and she was like, oh, you're changing up the feng shui. And I was like, no, the poop chute faces east. So I had to evacuate to the west of the room. Do you hear the shits? She just slowly backs out the room. I don't know, man. I did go crazy. I really did. And like the week I was moving out, I was talking to Amy. And Amy was telling me a story about like how her and her roommate got into an argument. And I tuned out because she's bad at telling stories. But I did tune back in. And there's one part where she goes, I've never heard shit like that go down. And I was like, I have, woman. All right. You guys have a nice evening. My name's Loic Adjevi. Give yourselves a round of applause.
I flushed my kids down in the club.